Welcome everybody to the next exciting episode of Sonic Frontiers. In this episode, I, joined by my friend David, will commentate over the 38 minutes of cutscenes and 4 minutes of gameplay. And in this episode, we defeat the Titans. Say hello to everybody, David.
Great everyone, Mark 4 here, and yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a cutscene episode, but because it's gonna be 38 minutes of cutscenes, we are going to talk.
Yeah, we're still mostly going to focus on the content, albeit if we do go off into a tangent, then so be it. Also, are you liking the Korone Inugami DLC?
I haven't seen much of it already. I haven't seen much.
Yeah, look at Sonic's outfit.
His wrist and ankle braces are a different color.
His shoes are completely different. Those are yellow.
Oh, nice seeing.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
The way you get this DLC, because it comes in 3 parts, right, is outrageous. So you had to order a copy from Korone Inugami's store, the VTuber. You had to get a copy from a Japanese Walmart on launch day. And lastly, you had to pre-order it on Amazon JP to get specific things. One of the codes gives you the shoes and gloves. One of the codes gives you the sound effects. And one of the codes give you the alternate costume for the Cocos.
So you had to buy 3 different copies of the game.
And people did.
Unbelievable.
And then a 4th version so you can input the codes into them.
What I mean, just why need a 4th version? Just put the code in one of them.
Well, what if we want to play the game digitally so we can play it on our Steam Deck?
Oh, what?
I'm playing this on Steam, by the way. I'm playing a digital version.
So wait, you bought 3 different versions of the game?
I have this game for Series X, PS5, Switch, and Steam. The only version of the game I do not own is PS4.
Huh.
Mostly because that's too expensive.
Okay, how are you able to know it's tougher, but you can't punch it? It's a digital thing.
No, he can interact with certain items. He just can't interact with non-cyberspace affiliated items.
I get these things technically affiliated with cyberspace.
Yeah, they were created by the ancients, which are called the Kodaijin in the Japanese. The hell messaged me? Whatever. Anyhow, I gotta admit, Knuckles' cutscenes are odd. Because, surprisingly, a lot of it is the same to the English version. Albeit, the reason he's on the island and the cutscenes involving the Echidna stuff, which were talking about the master. In the English dub, he focuses on the Master Emerald and his job as the guardian of it.
Right.
No, that's the opposite. I'm trying to remember what it was. In the English dub, he said, he wants to go out and live a little and, do more with his life besides just sitting around the rock. And Sonic tries to say, hey, go for it, do it, right?
Yeah.
In the Japanese version, Knuckles' big revelation is that he wants to go focus more on the Emerald protection because he's failed at it in different games. And that it's his job as the last member of his race. The Echidna race.
Huh.
So in the case is, in English, what is that sound? I don't know. In the case of the English script, it's Sonic telling Knuckles, hey, okay, you gotta live a little more, you gotta be more free. And in the Japanese text, it's Sonic telling Knuckles, hey, I understand you want to be free, but you also have responsibilities.
Wow, all that vastly different takes.
But the crazy thing is most of the dialogue is 1-to-1 the same. It's just you change a few lines and you get a different story.
So which one would be the right one? I feel like the English version would be the right way to take it, because like yeah, Knuckles is a quite an important job, but needs to get a life.
Yeah, but if you look at all the damn spin-offs and the fact that in many of the main series games he just abandons the damn Emerald to go do things with Sonic, he already has a life. From that perspective, you can make that argument as well.
Yeah, true. Sonic Heroes, Sonic
06?
Generation,
He
Lost World, 06.
literally never even mentions that thing. Shadow the Hedgehog, he's for some reason
Yeah.
using Glyphic Canyon during the Black Arms invasion, even though the Black Arms are looking for the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
What else? What other game is he outside of Sonic Forces?
To be fair on that one, he was still
Yeah, I know,
protecting
the
the
comic.
Master Emerald, and also the comic does explain that one at least.
Right, think of it there. He did Chaos is there, but in the comic he said that Chaos sometimes just pops up.
What? That means Izuka's a liar, because Izuka said that Chaos and Tikal went to heaven. But then
well-
again, Chaos is capable of descending from heaven and entering the living realm. That is a fact. He did it in Sonic Battle. So Knuckles saying that Chaos just pops up makes sense.
Also, Babylon Rogue, Sonic Riders is canon.
And so is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Nice. What?
So is Shadow the Hedgehog. Also, notice how
Yeah, we
Eggman
always
doesn't
knew,
give...
we always knew that the Sonic Shadow Hedgehog was canon.
Anyways, notice how Eggman doesn't give you the specific number of islands, because for some reason the English text says that there are only 3 islands,
Yes.
even though technically speaking there are 4 islands. It's Kronos, Ares, Chaos, and Uranus. Rhea is connected to Kronos.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess they said that because of how Uranus looks a lot like Rhea.
What is that noise now?
What noise?
There's a beeping going on, and it's messing with me.
It better not be my fire alarm. I fixed it.
I don't think it's that. I know what a fire alarm that has no batteries sounds like. I do like how Eggman is noticeably more stoic in his memos. He writes more analytically, almost like a scientist would.
Yeah, we're gonna
Whereas
say.
in the English text, he's very egocentric. Now, don't get me wrong, Eggman has an ego, but he's also a man of science. Even he wouldn't embellish his own accomplishments to that level. Also, I don't think the radiation thing was ever in the English text. I might be wrong to that.
I'm pretty sure it was actually. I'll have to look it up.
No, it's in the Sonic Adventure strategy guide that Chaos was a mutated Chow from the radiation of the Chaos Emeralds, but I don't think that radiation appeared in the egg memos in the English text.
I have to say. Oh, hey, we're talking about Sage now.
But first I have to get out of here. I know for a fact Egg Memo 13 was changed by a lot.
What? No, it wasn't. It was the same thing.
No, I know for a fact. No, I mean specifically the phrasing. The meaning of the memos are the same, but the phrasing is different.
Well, they can't copy every Japanese sentence word for word.
Yeah, I'm aware you can't do that, because literal translation makes some things incomprehensible. But at the same time, you have to be careful with how you rephrase things, because when you rephrase things differently, you can create a different secondary meaning, because there's the primary meaning, which is a sentence at face value, but a secondary meaning, which is how the sentence reads to a person.
敵の存在を早期に知らせ、ファイアーウォールを突破する段取りをつけ、現実世界の最新状況を教えてくれる。あの娘はよくやっている。あの娘？いや、人がためか。
Okay, here's what I know what's different. In the English, he didn't say that girl. He just said she, but then corrected it up to it.
In addition,
Before, you know,
I will give a bit of a, not too big of a spoiler because it doesn't really change the ending, but in both versions, Sage looks up to Eggman like a father. That's kind of in both versions, but the way Eggman thinks about Sage is different. There's no moment where Eggman, unless I'm horribly mistaken, but I don't think so, there's no moment where Eggman will refer to Sage as his kid. Because the way that they characterize Eggman is he's more...
but I'm hoping that's in the ending. Because I like that part.
I mean, it's cool. They just changed the way Eggman is portrayed a bit.
I guess, yeah, but the daughter thing humanizes him. Well, I know he's already human, but you get what I mean.
I understand that direction. I do get it. But it's gonna feel weird to have a more humanized Eggman in the English text future on, because it's gonna make fighting him feel less black and white.
And that's bad, why?
I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's different, okay?
But you make it sound like different is bad.
I did not say that. Okay. Isn't it in the English text for some...
Are we being fighting because of...
Yeah. In the...
Hey, what were you saying?
In the English text, for some inexplicable reason, she tells Sonic, I cannot fully control it. Which...
Yeah, I don't know why she kind of just...
If Sage's whole shtick is, I will not share information to the enemy, why would she say a line like that?
Good question. In a way, Wyvern! This thing is insane.
Well, have you fought this thing on extreme difficulty?
No.
Dude,
you know
that fight is brutal. Not the regular extreme.
This fight or the actual boss fight?
The Master King fight.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Okay, that thing is so hard. It's unreal. That someone at Sonic Team said a kid could totally beat this. When I highly doubt it. I mean, then again, kids today in video games are so cracked compared to how they were 20 years ago.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure that hit him.
No, that definitely hit him.
You know what this scene reminds me of?
What?
That opening scene in Iron Man 1 where Tony Stark's missiles launch at him, but he's trying to hide from it.
Oh, yeah. God, Iron Man 1 was such a good movie.
I still think it's the best of all of the MCU movies.
Have you seen all the MCU movies?
I have seen every MCU movie up to the second Spider-Man one.
Okay, then. I guess in that point of view, yeah, Iron Man would be the best. But as someone who has seen all of them, except for the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man is top 10, but for me, they're better ones.
Like which ones?
Let's see. You said up to Far From Home, so...
Yeah, that's...
No Way Home for one. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Wasn't Guardians 3 after the second Spider-Man one?
Yes.
Okay.
And then... Deadpool and Wolverine.
I thought that one was X-Men.
No. The first two work, but with Deadpool Wolverine, it's part of the MCU. Heck, Deadpool showed up in Disneyland. So yeah, Deadpool Wolverine is part of the MCU. They bought Fox.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah.
I don't know. I just have no desire to keep seeing the X-Men movies specifically because, like, after Logan, I thought that was the perfect ending.
So anyway, we haven't got any new X-Men movie aside from Dark Phoenix. That took place before Logan.
And that movie was not that good.
Nah, not really.
You think that 50-year-old people should look like that?
What? No, I agree with you. I say
Oh.
no, you said it wasn't that good. I say yeah, not really.
Yeah, okay, we agree. Like, let's
And-
ignore the timeline as well. Characters just acting like complete buffoons in that movie.
I mean, to be fair, in the timeline, everything Days of Future Past, the past movies are different than what we originally know.
Yeah, that's I'm aware of this, but even if you take into account specifically Days of Future Time of Past onwards, then the setting of the movie still cannot take place.
I guess. Yeah.
And this is where Sage starts to crack because even after say no Sonic, I will get rid of you, you will be eliminated. She's more in shock that Sonic still wants to help her. Despite the fact, and the crazy thing is that Sage knows well aware that she's not programmed to have emotions. So I don't even think her code can understand what is going on.
Although apparently Knuckle can just block her lasers.
Well, they're both connected to cyberspace.
Like true. Behold, the floating pyramid. I forgot. This is
I feel like you got stuck here in your playthrough.
What?
I feel like you got stuck there in your playthrough.
Stuck here? I don't think so.
Remember, your
Maybe
playthrough
not.
is no longer. We're no longer in sync. I am now ahead of your playthrough.
I am well aware.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, I think I said it last time, but I'll reiterate it again because it's been a while. The reason that this playthrough is not... What is that? The reason this playthrough is not on the extreme difficulties because it would double the playtime. But man, playing it on anything below extreme now feels so weird because I'm used to the game being way harder.
Rocket launcher.
Yes! Well, for the sake of the audience, just until we get to the flashback scenes, we need a topic to discuss. So I think we should discuss your thoughts on the Ray Chronicles.
I was hoping we could avoid that, but
Never.
fine. Okay, the people who who are lucky enough to not hear about this, I'm sorry for ruining this for you, for spoiling you for what is probably the most atrocious thing to ever be born on this planet. We are getting an anime through the Yu-Gi-Oh card archetype, which is awesome, but sadly they are starting with one of the worst archetypes to ever exist. Sky Strikers! They released a new trailer today showing off a whole lot of it, and it hurts to see, and not because it looks bad. It honestly look. I don't take away my biased opinion about how I feel. It does look good. The animation is amazing. It just looks pretty great. It just hurts because I loathe Sky Strikers because of this guy.
It's almost like he didn't have $800 to spend in 2019.
I didn't. I didn't even have a job back then. I had to ask my parents for bus money. But yeah, they released the trailer, and while it does look good, I can't bring myself to like it because of Sky Strikers.
He doesn't like it on principle. Okay, he's a man of principles. I can respect that though.
But I will say they did interpret it well. You can literally tell what card they're basing on because they literally do the exact same poses. They're not even trying to hide it.
Dude, it's like whenever they do poses, like I don't know what it is, but when a movie says the title of the movie, it just sounds so bad to me. It depends, right? There are some exceptions to it, but
Yeah.
because they're not saying a word and they're just coincidentally making the poses, it doesn't look bad. It looks cool to me. But then again, it's probably because I played the deck for many years.
Yes, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope the only reason I'm hoping it's good, like not actually, it actually does well, is so we can get other archetypes because I want to see more than just Sky Strikers.
Yeah.
Anything.
I
would take anything other than Sky Strikers.
They've announced 2. The first one is going to be our good friend the Sentoki, otherwise known as the Brandish Maidens, otherwise known as the Sky Strikers.
Kill them.
And then the next one is going to be the illegitimate child of Albus, which is branded in the English version. Which
Branded?
Yeah, branded.
Oh, hold on, flashback.
Like Sanctifier and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, these cutscenes let me know that this game was supposed to have way more budget because all of these are fully animated with, pre-rendered cutscenes and models. But then when we get to the one with Tails, it's literally stills.
What is that for? Considering, it shoots from the sky. Why build a wall?
Remember, the end appears differently to every individual.
But we literally just saw it was shooting lasers from the sky. See, like that.
Yes.
So what's the purpose of a wall?
To protect something. I don't fucking know.
I guess that makes sense. The zap.
The fabled zap that everybody loves so much.
They hyped it up so much, only to not even show it until the final update.
They were probably banking on that for the final update. It's like, yeah, we need something to reveal. Let's just make it the rebirth symbol.
Oh, that was different.
This entire conversation is different.
Yeah. Wait, this is very different. Because in the English one, well, she said that the robot hit Sonic again. Never mentioned Supersonic, and then also Eggman talked about integrating into his system, and saying she would be a breath of fresh air from Orbot and Cubot, and she called them her brothers.
Flynn, baby. Okay.
What?
I'll just say that was clearly an Ian Flynn line. That 100% that was an Ian Flynn line.
But either way, it's not like it's wrong.
You're right, it's not wrong. But let's just say that after what I've read in some of these comics, man, that scene where Sonic is going, the reason why is because I never fear the fall. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, with the Orbot and Cubot one, I understand it. But there are some references that take me out of it.
Okay, and the other one also different.
This
Wait,
one
I
is
think so.
cool because what Sage is doing here is she's trying to follow his orders and also commit to her own plan without breaking Eggman's orders.
Yeah, and in the original, it talked about how it was about how Eggman said that he hates Sonic. He does respect him.
Yes. Well, it's
Would you
because
say that? Would you say that also in Ian Flynn line?
yeah, it's like I said. For whatever reason, they just decided to make Sage a completely different character in both versions. Like in the case of Amy, I know why. It's because of the whole situation with hit detection. Although Sonic fans really don't like bringing that up.
With what detection?
Hit detection, the consultancy group. They're trying to, modernize Sonic for the English audience.
Nope, never heard of them.
Okay. You probably wouldn't have. I don't think you follow consulting agencies.
No.
Anyhow.
So, yeah, okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah. Anyhow, but with Sage, I don't get why they made Sage two different people. Like, Sage in English is, I just want to be a family with Eggman and protect him. Obviously, there's more to it, but that's the main gist, right?
Yeah.
Sage JP is more, how am I able to process emotions?
I guess. If I would be honest, I kind of like the English one more. The idea of Eggman finding someone to actually appreciate and like, I like that.
Oh, a random fun fact about this flashback, right? Is that wasn't supposed to be Angel Island Zone. That was supposed to be not Hidden Palace. Angel Island Zone, specifically in the boss room where Sonic and Knuckles fight.
Oh.
And apparently Ian Flynn didn't know that mistake existed until he played the game.
Huh. Do battle!
Some things that were cut, for example, is like Cocoa Island. Because, let's be real here. Like, as much as Ian Flynn likes to reference things, I don't know how he was planning on referencing Cocoa Island from Tails' Adventure.
Isn't it the one where he fights a minecart witch?
Yeah, which cart?
Yeah. I think it was better that one just never went for it, because how do you bring that up naturally?
Also, don't forget that the villains in that game are called Kakus.
Huh.
Abs. How did I do that?
I can't get enough of this music.
Oh yeah, Sonic Frontiers. See, here's another thing. The Sonic Frontiers soundtrack is so good that maybe that's partially why I was disappointed by the Shadow Generation soundtrack. I don't know. I think that Shadow Generations of the 3D games is on the weaker end.
Really?
For OST specifically.
Yeah.
Like, gameplay-wise, it has some of the best levels. Albeit, I'm not too big on the hub world. Mostly because it looks like an open zone, it plays like an open zone, but the physics are wrong, and it messes with me. And also, you can no longer homing attack from the ground, which also bothers me. Because I just thought that was going to be a mainstay. Homing attack from the ground is so good.
Agreed.
It actually makes it hard to replay some of the older Sonic games now. Because I'm trying to press X to homing attack, and I'm like, damn it, I can't do it anymore. And if you notice, that's a broken emerald, but not an earth emerald.
Right. I had to see that again, because I blinked and missed.
Behold, a completely different conversation.
Alright, let's hear it.
昔俺の種族は惨事によって全滅した。この島にこいつらしかいないのも俺が最後のエキドナ族だということを思い出させる。
エキドナ族の歴史は今でも覚えてるぜ。マスターエメラルドで繁栄したんだよな。
俺は一族の起源を何も知らない。 マスターエメラルドを守ることが全てだと。
昔のことだしな。知らなくて当然だろ。
いや、マスターエメラルドを継ぐ者として起源を知る責務がある。人生をかけるに値することだ。
ああ、体が戻ったらね。
Okay, the city is broken, Emerald. Oh, we can't say.
可能性に満ちている。一体なぜなの？条件更新。やはり彼らは死ぬべき運命。変えられない。
Ominous, but completely different.
Yo, Sage will constantly say, Sonic, you're going to die. Which is not in the English script at all.
Well, English, she doesn't say that. She does say that what he does is pointless.
True, but you lose the menace.
I guess, yeah.
Also, if you paid attention to the background, you got to see a Koronetsuki instead of a Coco.
I saw.
ソニック、ここを見てみろ。
Suddenly, the adventurer's clothes.
機械が動いていたようには
And suddenly he has a party hat.
Which, by the way, these adventurer's clothes are what I played my first playthrough with.
天のお導きみたいな。
Oh, cool.
It looks so weird, don't you agree?
空を飛んでる巨神。
Yeah, they don't really fit him.
Like, I know why this was here, because they wanted to... Because the thing is, Sonic Frontiers is a weird case of they want to appeal to the casual audience more, but they do it well. Like, why is there a realistic art style in this game? It wasn't for a stylistic reason. It's because they know that realistic art styles are more likely to sell with the casual market.
I guess that's true. I don't know. So, realistic, it all depends on how, like, you heard of how people talk about how some games look bad because they're realistic, right?
Well, at that point, that might just be bad utilization. Because, like, name a game that looks bad because it's realistic. I want to know from your perspective.
I can't remember. I know there was one recent game that was all about that. Was it Dragon Age? No, it wasn't Dragon Age. It was another one.
No, Dragon Age was bad because that shit was ugly. That wasn't bad because it was realistic.
You know, no, I was gonna say Concord, but no, Concord was just hideous.
Concord was mad ugly, man.
Yeah.
And also, they played the credits after every match.
Oh, what? Oh, that is a BS. Who thought that was a good idea? Who legitimately thought that would have been a good idea?
Whoever thought spending $400 million on that game was a good idea. That's who.
Look, Concord Bishop could have done well. They just did it right, but they didn't do it right.
No, I'm be dead honest here, man. I was kind of rooting for that thing to fail. Cause look, I want more single player games, dude.
Would that mean if you heard about Marvel Rivals before it came out, you would have wanted it to fail too?
No, because that's a completely different thing. I'm talking about like Sony's, like specifically AAA studios. Marvel Rivals is leased by a Chinese company.
Okay, fair enough.
And I don't really care about what the Chinese companies are really doing. Like, I played Marvel Rivals for a few hours, and I was like, okay, it's cool, but I'm not getting the same emotions I felt like when I played Halo 3 back in the day. Like,
Who did you use the most when you played it?
I played as... Sorry. I played as, what the fuck was he? Was he Hawkeye? I think it was Hawkeye. It's like a bow and arrow dude.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Yeah. If it isn't obvious, I'm not, all in on, like, the superhero stuff. Like, I'll see the movies. Okay, the movies are neat. I've read some of the comics. Like, I read quite a few Iron Man comics. But, like, knowing just Marvel characters like that, no, I'm not gonna pretend to be a guy fan here.
Understandable. Wyvern. Understandable. Like, somebody that I haven't heard of. Never heard of Magic. I never heard about Magic, Jeff, or Luna Snow before until now. The rest I at least knew.
Okay, so a bit of an embarrassing thing. I actually clip out of bounds. I might have edited it out though.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
What was the point of the second pillar, the one before this one?
Oh, it's
first
to
one.
give you a dramatic angle. And also, if you know how to time your jumps correctly, you can skip this tower climb.
Oh, well, I don't, so...
I can do it, it's just I'd rather show off the tower climb because it's more entertaining.
Fair enough, yeah.
It's so weird looking at this footage now because when we get to the new footage that I actually recorded at a proper bit rate with a proper resolution, it's gonna jump in quality like nothing else. Anyhow, this is the Titan that most streamers ended up dying to, but at the end of the playthrough, most streamers thought this was the easiest Titan. And then once Master King hits, this is the hardest Titan. Well, specifically,
I found the Wyvern fight, like, well, it did take a while. Kind of found it underwhelming.
well, it's because there's multiple seconds of you not doing anything.
True.
Dude, I
It's kinda
almost
like-
died.
It's like Morpheo from Twilight Princess.
Right.
Although at least Wyvern actually does stuff.
You know, it's so easy to forget how cool Wyvern looks.
Yeah, 'cause it actually looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, these Titan fights visually are, I think, the best in Sonic for in terms of the middle of the game bosses.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. It's a shame that they're not mechanically interesting unless you're playing on extreme mode, where they're mechanically interesting because you actually do need to learn how to play this game properly. But that's the thing.
Freaking how to go without getting hit.
It's like learning every boss's patterns and also getting good at the game and also manipulating the game so as to let you avoid things that realistically you shouldn't be able to avoid. I can see why the casual audience wouldn't like that kind of challenge because it's a challenge above the game. Okay, it's the game it's the game outside of the game. And most people don't want to think that hard because most people who play games nowadays are people who just got off work and they're trying to have a good time, not a hard time.
I wish I could say that, but when I get off work, I gotta go to sleep immediately because it's like 5 in the morning. Which nowadays is even harder because, yeah, I'm gonna go around. I'm sorry, first thing around here. My water heater is like broken. We can't get any hot water for showers, and it's freezing cold in the morning. So what we have to do now, we have to put water into a pot, boil it on the stove, and put it in the bucket just to wash ourselves. We gotta get like a freaking cup and pour it over ourselves.
Damn.
Yeah, that's basically that's basically all things that are going on here until we get someone to replace it. Yes, replace, not fix. We actually had to get a new water heater.
Well, that makes sense. If a water heater breaks, that thing's not coming back on.
Oh, here. Okay,
Okay, these rings are so bad because they don't have a hitbox.
Like, wait, you mean
You
even your
cannot get
seconds
hit by those.
They don't hit you?
Nope.
Wow. But the missiles, on the other hand,
Now, it's not too bad here, but on extreme mode, okay, this was bullshit. That was horseshit. I was in the middle of the parry animation. I couldn't even... Whatever. Anyways, so you're never going to experience this because you didn't do this before update 1.4.1.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Okay. Are you listening?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I'm also enjoying the music. It's a good music.
I agree, it's good music. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you play this before update 1.4.1, the parry window for these missiles and for Wyvern's attacks were 4 frames, dude. Literally 4 frames.
Oh, wow.
And if you missed one of them, you had to go back to Giganto.
Oh, heck no!
It was brutalness, okay? Also, this
Yeah.
poor Wyvern never stood a chance. you know?
Yeah, and actually, it is a massacre. Here.
Yeah, this is...
Don't look down!
Anyways, this is the one thing about this game that I'll never forgive. It's once you actually get good at the game, unless you're playing on the hardest mode, nothing really challenges you anymore.
That's usually how things should go.
Well, no, even if you get good at...
No. That's how it should be. After you fight this guy and get to know them, you should feel like a god. That's what Super Sonic should feel like to these guys. A god.
Well, yeah, it's true. But what I'm saying is, though, is like, if they try to make another open zone game, it's gonna be really hard to replicate the feeling of, say, the first playthrough of Frontiers. Because the thing about Frontiers, which is different from other Sonic games, I swear the first playthrough is the most fun you're gonna have in terms of the most extreme moments. Whereas...
probably.
But that's the difference, though, because in like an Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, I think the best moments come on repeated playthroughs when you actually know the tricks. That's the thing, right? I think that the worst playthrough of, say, Sonic Heroes is your first playthrough. Because you're not used to the controls, you're gonna slip and fall all the damn time. You're gonna fall through the rails. But when you get good at the game, then Heroes becomes one of the best Sonic games. In fact, there's an argument that it is number 1. I am not on that argument, but I do think it is top 5.
Anyway, here we are. To my opinion, the best island in the game.
Graphically and artistically, yes. Navigation-wise, I wouldn't say it's the best one, though. I think Kronos and Ares are better. But visually, this is one of the best islands. I'll give it that. But that is the end of this episode. Everybody have a nice day.